Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to say welcome back to LiEat, but it's not really true. It's not really true. It's basically, right now, my thoughts, because why the heck not? So, I forgot what I wanted to say. Isn't that amazing? Let's get the bad things out of the way. The things that irk me about this game. Mainly, it is really short. And I mean really, really short. It could have been more. Please don't ask me what more. Because that would include more beating around the bush. Getting the tension a little bit up. That kind of thing. And here I sit in quite a pickle. Because in my last writer's log I said I may be able to finish Act 1 of my little story in 5 chapters. And maybe I'm able to finish this whole story in 15. So yeah. There's a grain of salt. On the other hand, it really feels a bit short. Maybe because there aren't a lot of actors around. It's not fluffed up with NPC number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so on and so forth. It's rather condensed. It's not spread out. Maybe I wanted it to be more spread out. It might be it. It would be a little bit more correct. A little bit more spread out. Then we have the combat, which is not a matter at all in this game. Yes, you beat up lives in a cute design. It is turn-based. You have skills. You have your stats. You have your equipment. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. You really have to try hard to lose. Even the boss fights, you have to try hard to lose them. It's a non-issue. Granted, the combat is there to show Athena's ability to eat lives, because that's what she does, eating lives. But you only encounter little eyes, and you encounter a group of little eyes. Then you encounter the boss. Either 1 or 2. That's it. The little eyes. Do you encounter big lies? No. They are all little lies. It's quite sad. The mechanics are there, but nothing is done with them. So, I don't know. It's a most gamey because it's not really a game, if that makes sense. Maybe a little mini game where you have to fiddle around, actually. Look for clues, what the lies are. Not just plonk them in. Here have combat. Look around. Explore the environment. Look for clues to see if that is truly a lie or not. Some of the encounters that you have to do, involving the other characters. For example, Keith, who can just beat the lies up. And if it's the truth, they won't be eaten, because it tastes gross according to Avina. Then you go to number 2. Beat it up, if it's the truth. If it's a lie, good. It's not good, it's not good. 3 times a charm now. Thing number 3. In regards of the Lighting Dragon and the Gold Thief. That actually has 3 endings. A bad one, a neutral one, and a good one. The most impactful is the neutral one. The most emotionally packed. Not necessarily thought-provoking, but the most involved. But to that later. Number 2 on the most impactful list in that act is actually the bad ending. Because you fail. But again, we push that back for later. Number 3. The actual good ending. First, how do you unlock it? You grind up in the non-combat up to level 13 with Athena. Which by itself is a non-issue, because the combat isn't really combat, it's just attack until dead. You can't fail it. Then the ending itself. It's... yeah, dude is saved, he apologizes. We get who know the reason why he did all the things that was shown earlier. And off they go, happily ever after. Everybody is almost happy, except for Cyril, because I despise you, you traitor. It's Theo and Athena are on a train, doing a thing again. The Leonards do that thing again. The world is saved in the most underwhelming manner. Because you beat up a Theo that is overtaken by lies, and because you are level 13. Not because you are actually wiser, stronger as a personality, in case of if as Athena. You are literally stronger. You are just good at beating shit up. I'm not kidding. The requirement for the good ending to actually fire is half the same as for the neutral ending. Plus, you have to be good at beating shit up. And after you have beaten the overtaken Theo, you just stand there as nothing has happened. All is peachy. And it's Blah. And I know that is the ending I have shown. It's just so underwhelming. The only one emotional there was Hill because she was so flipping angry. It's... excuse me. It is a good ending, but it's bad. It hurts. It's... yeah, we did it. Can't stand it. Yes, I'm weird, I'm evil and so on and so forth, but really consider it. Have you held anything at all with that ending? If your answer is no, welcome aboard. If your answer is yes, tell me, because I felt nothing. I literally felt nothing but disappointment. It was so anticlimactic, it's unbelievable. How can such a tragedy, and yes, the whole thing was a tragedy. That's why I unconsciously chosen that little picture you see right now on the screen. How can such a tragedy basically end so happily? Just all pancake and peaches. It's an expression now. Because I love pancake and I love peaches. They're both awesome. I still have to combine the two of them. But apple pancakes, tasty. Where was I? Yes. The taste of the ending, the good one. There was no taste. I'm sorry. And I say that as a wannabe writer and storyteller. Let's take Sweet Little Robot for example. And yes, I use a medium title. I would say that was, in the end, bittersweet. Yes, it is a somewhat happy ending. But overall it was a tragedy. And a tragedy doesn't really end. Yeah, I found her again. Especially those circumstances there. The love of her existence is dead. But there's always the memory. Here's the thing with bittersweetness in that regard. The little robot lost something very dearly, yes. But not all of it. She lost some of it, but not all of it. She still has the memories. The letter, sketchbook. All the days and pranks she did with her. It's still there. She had a glorious time, a beautiful time. The love of her existence may be dead, but the time, those memories stay with her. Melancholy and nostalgia. The good ending of LiEat doesn't have any of it. What a good ending of LiEat, the third act is an explanation. It's exposition. It's answering a question. Why does Theo do what? Why does he what he does? To get the answer, gets a good ending. It's nothing more. It's just an answer. Now contrast that with a bad ending even. The ending where Theo is completely overtaken by lies, where Efina can do nothing at the moment, where she comes too late, is too weak, too sad to do something about it. But even there, she vows. She vows that one day she will eat all of his lies. She vows that one day she will be able to return him to normal. There's sadness, there's nostalgia. Not really melancholy, but nostalgia. She still sticks with him in a town overrun by muddy lies. And there's this one vow. Or vow. This one vow. I will save you. In this one vow, Efina puts all her sadness, all the memories she had with him, the good and the bad, and all her determination, and sticks with him. For one day, she will be able to do it. One day, there will be a happy ending. It's not that day. It may not even be tomorrow. But one day, she can do it. And then, everything will return to normal. And that day would be a truly glorious day. Now, contrast the good ending with a neutral ending, where Leo is saved, but Efina sacrifices herself. She beats the overtaken Theo. At the end of the battle, he sits there, still dripping with his lies, still not completely safe. And she walks up to him, loving, caring, sad, and again says, I will save you, and draws out all of her power to eat the last bit of the lies that threatened to overtake him. She dies. Theo is saved, but alone, and he cries. He cries for I don't know how long. Because he lost his dearest friend. That ending is so packed with emotions, unbelievable. The bad ending is packed with emotion. And then there's a good ending. Why did you leave us? Why did you say that money is more worth than we are? Why did you leave us? I left you because I held you back. I wanted you to live an honest life. And to grant you that, I struck a deal with a gang. So you could walk out. But the money, I sold my kidney. What? It's just okay. He cares because he clearly did that. But for some reason it feels just like, yeah, I'm just answering the questions. Even though he apologizes for what he did. And he says it and he says it in all honesty. The only one emotional there is Cyril. The one who felt most betrayed years ago. The one who called him earlier traitor. And then she goes off. I will not accept your apology. I despise you. I will rue the day I will meet you again. And I know that a day will come and I'll punch you in the face. It's just... The good ending is just there to let the player know what hero's motivations are. If you haven't gathered it already. Because there's this little flashback where he literally stands there, throws the money at their feet and says, "Get out. You are free. Leave. Here's the money. Get out. You are safe." Granted, he says it in a roundabout way, but it's clear as day. The good ending is just there for exposition, and maybe just so we have, as a player, as a reader, so we have a possibility on a happy ending. Those are the two reasons I can see in the good ending. The only two. And it infuriates me. It's... It's I'm sorry, but I don't think the actual good ending is a good one. The other two are better written. Almost certainly. Those are just my preferences. Because I'm weird and twisted. But seriously, think about it. What does it convey? Just... yeah. Pancake and peaches. Here, have the things you love thrown at you all the time. At one point you hate it because you can't stand to see it anymore, because you already have it 24/7 all year. But no, here, have it, have it, have it, have it, have it. I can't stand it anymore. What is happiness without sadness? But yeah. Now, the good things. I already touched upon the neutral and bad ending of Lightning Dragon and the Gold Thief. But there's more. There's more. The overarching story about on those 3 acts. A boy trying to protect the ones who are dear to them by lying. Making a strong enough wish for someone to get rid of them. Which then is granted, and all comes to light. One way or another. And the little dragon, who doesn't know why she is here and why she can do what she does. Figuring out the hows and whys, who she is and what she wants. Over the 3 acts, this journey, I love it. I love it to bits. Then the overall structure. Similar to mine, I might add. You could say I'm copying it. But yeah. The structure in 3 acts. Act 1, introduction of the characters and introduction of the overall theme. Using a murder mystery, actually. Just like me. I'm such a copycat. And I swear to God, the idea of 3-act structure and a murder mystery blossomed in my head before I played this game. I swear to God. Don't know what Act 2 of LiEat actually is, so it isn't really the climax. It actually is Act 3, where everything comes to light. All of his past mistakes come back with a vengeance. And her journey for herself also reaches its climax. I would say Act 2, meaning the Lightning Dragon, there's the Dream Eater, is pushing it further, reinforcing Act 1, maybe, introducing some more of the troubles of him. While actually having, again, a mystery, but more abstract. Hence, Dream Eater. There's no murder there. And maybe she helping that little Dream Eater to find himself also helps her finding herself. Mainly because their abilities are rather similar. One needs memories, one needs lies. But what is a lie and a memory, so on and so forth. So maybe reinforcing and pushing Act 1, progressing those two, giving them some growth. And then there's Act 3, the actual climax. As I said, where all of his past mistakes, all of his troubles come back with a vengeance. Where everything is exposed. Everything is in the spotlight in all its ugliness. And where her journey ends one way or another. If we exclude the good ending. But yeah, those are the things I love. The overarching journey of those two, and the structure, and the actually neutral and bad ending. Of course, Act 1 and Act 2 also have bad endings. Act 1 has two. One, Evina is killed. The second one, where Theo is badly wounded. I don't want to say gravely, but it's close for him. And Evina is in the care of the police. Again, where Evina dies, that is actually a bad ending. Because she dies prematurely. She didn't listen to anything, if you actually get that. And yeah. The other one is more neutral again, basically, because there still is a possibility for Evina to meet Theo again. What will happen then if they actually meet? I don't know. But yeah. Act 2, one bad ending. Where they lose in the final fight against the Dream Eater. All of their memories are eaten. They don't remember who they are, where they are, and what happened. They're just, huh? Who am I? Where are we? What happened? I don't know, it feels like something bad happened. Really? Doesn't matter. Let's go. I say it so frankly, but even that isn't really that bad. Yes, they have lost everything except their lives. And their abilities. But one could also argue that it's also a fresh start. They may not have the memories, but they can make new ones. They will find out again that Athena is a dragon who can eat lies, so on and so forth. And maybe another path awaits them. Who knows? And there's the issue. There is the issue. And I will leave you with this final question. What is actually a good or bad ending? If you have listened to me so far, down in the comments. And I'm happy with the actually 12 hours I booked in the game. Having all the achievements. It was well worth the €3 I put in it. Even though I've only played it once, I would say it's well worth it. It's a rather short story, yes. You can beat it in maybe 2 hours tops. If you are a fast reader and not just speak every line. If you just read them. And get one ending. Your ending. But yeah, it's pretty cheap. Even without a sale, so you can pick it up. It doesn't hurt you. And if you actually finish it under 2 hours, you can say, I wouldn't recommend to do it, but your choice. I'm happy with it. Overall, still have my misgivings. But, well, nothing is perfect. But what a truth is a truth and will always be. Nothing is perfect. Nothing and no one. And I will repeat the question, because I said I'll leave you with it. What is a good ending or a bad ending? And I will see you sometime else. But for now, I will say good night and sleep well.